Do I bring it up and risk sounding unhinged, or do I just let it go and buy a new one like a normal adult?
It's like, are you going to change into a boiler suit and like get on your knees in front of the sink and fix the waste disposal? And he was like, yeah, do you want me to? I was like, yeah.
I have a confession to make.
Go on.
I've done this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to 40ish. I'm Nicole Goodman.
And I'm Lauren Mishcon. This is the podcast that navigates the challenges and absurdities of 40-something life. And every week, including this very week, we will discuss your problems, your dilemmas, your issues, your rants that you've shared
We
with
especially
us.
like the rants.
Oh, we really, really enjoy the rants.
Yeah. It makes us feel part of something.
Normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Share them.
Yeah.
Share the flavour.
Yeah. Just be in touch, okay? You can email us hello@40ish.co.uk. We want to hear what is going on in your midlife world. We want to hear it all.
Yeah.
You don't need to hide anything. You don't need to feel embarrassed, because I promise you, whatever it is you are experiencing, either Lauren or myself or someone we know is experiencing it too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we're all in it together. So let's really be in it together. In it. Yeah. And also, if you want more 40ish in your life, and we know that you do, please head over to our subscription over at Apple Podcasts, where you get bonus content, you get ad-free shows on this show and Self-Care Club, and you get early access on this show and Self-Care Club. What's going on with you?
I did quite a 40ish thing this week. It was fairly special. It's slightly tech related, and I know how last week when we were talking about tech and you were like, it always amazes you every time you hear something from me about how inept I am at tech. But this was a piece of...
What were we talking about last week? You said you didn't need a password on Spotify or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But anyway.
Shame.
I really felt like one thing that I could navigate was Moonpig. It is a...
Moonpig is I'm sorry to say, but Moonpig is a lot. There is a lot of choices. There's a lot of choices on Moonpig.
Yeah.
A lot.
Thank
it's
you.
a very big site.
Thank you for validating that.
You are welcome. I don't know what you've done though.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know Moonpig, it's a
greeting card website.
Thank you. And you can personalize stuff.
Yeah.
And there's like a gazillion, billion, trillion cards you can choose from. Anyway.
But you don't. But sometimes you can personalize photos.
Yes.
And sometimes you can personalize just text.
Sometimes both.
Oh, sometimes none.
And sometimes none, depending on what you choose.
And then you can also like make the cards different sizes.
Yeah,
and
you
I've
can put
bought
stickers on.
Oh yeah, I've bought cards before that have ended up the size of this screen behind me, and you think, oh, okay,
that's a bit extra.
Yeah, that's a bit embarrassing actually.
So I'm going to just preface this by saying I went on there to buy a Father's Day card for my dad, but I also needed to buy a get well card for someone, and I wanted to send a gift along with that. So I was actually ordering a few things simultaneously.
Okay.
And also, obviously, I had to do a Father's Day card from Bieber, the puppy, to Ollie, because it was, her first Father's Day. So I had to find some photos of them together and do a whole card. So I was multitasking. Anyway, I'm so pleased with myself because I got this job done. I ordered all the cards. They were all going to be there on time for everybody. And then about an hour later, I had this sad, sinking feeling. And I don't know why I realised this, but I realised that I had posted my dad a Father's Day card, but I had not put any message inside. I just sent him a blank card.
The whole thing was blank?
No, there was just a photo of him and me on the front saying Happy Father's Day.
Right.
And then just... a completely blank
no message.
card, no message.
At least you did that. You uploaded I'm actually impressed.
Thank you.
I am impressed that you did that.
Yeah, I felt like I'd done so well for myself.
You
had,
so proud. No, but you had.
Then I fucked it up. Anyway.
No, but you had done well for yourself, and the fact that you'd even gone on to Moonpig.
I have an account.
Right.
I think there's a password.
I think we're all
impressed with
We're all impressed that you're doing it on Moonpig and you're not going to John Lewis to buy a card. We're all impressed with this.
Thank you. So I had to send Moonpig an email to try and stop the card. But I sent the email. Hello, I'm sorry. I'm perimenopausal and I've sent a card to my dad with no message. Please, can you unsend the card? Dear Lauren, we're terribly sorry, but
We'll be back to you in 3 to 5 working
All
days.
cards are personalised. It's already been made. So, but we can give you a credit for another card.
Oh, that was kind.
Really nice. I was like, thank you, Alex, his name was. Or maybe it was a her. I don't know. I said, I so appreciate your kindness. So I made the card again with a message. And then when I saw my dad, I said, Dad, just to let you know, you may receive 2 cards from me and you'll understand why.
Did he get the cards?
Got the cards.
Both of them.
And then
because I've sent
yes.
a few Moonpigs before and they've never arrived.
Okay, they arrived. And then he messaged me saying, got your cards, couldn't stop laughing. I was like, okay. But it was fine because it
Did you send
resolved.
the second card? Was it the same card?
Same card.
Oh, right, you didn't even upload a new photo.
No, I just did the same one.
Didn't do a new format. No.
same
Fuck
card.
it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Just
It
go
was a
back to
good
my
card.
old orders
Yeah.
and just like edit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah? Amazing. Okay,
Thanks.
that's quite 40-ish.
It was, yeah.
But also 40-ish, little bit tragic, but also impressive. And the
Thanks.
two are
Thank
coexisting. And I think that's really special.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What's been your 40-ish moment this week?
I don't think I've had that many.
Gosh.
Or
What?
maybe it's just all a fucking blur at the moment. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wow. You're back on the paddle court though, I heard.
Who did you hear that from?
The rumour mill. It's spinning.
I am back on the paddle
The
court.
paddle world are delighted to have you back.
Are they?
They've missed you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have missed it.
I know.
I have never felt happier
You don't seem to have any tape on your body.
to be back on the. I will say that my back is less happy that I'm back
Okay.
on the paddle court because
Okay.
I was like, other than my tennis elbow when I wasn't playing, I was pain free.
Yeah.
So, the fact is I'm still injured. I still have my tennis elbow and I took 4 weeks off of paddle. 4 weeks
I know.
away from the love of my life.
I know. It was a long old month.
It really was. And I'm still injured and I just thought, fuck this. I'm just going to play.
Okay.
So I'm now playing injured, even though I've rested it and I've had physio and I've been taped up and I've had acupuncture and I have actually done all of my exercises.
Well done, because normally you don't.
No, I do.
Do you? Are you very good? You're a very diligent physio patient?
I wasn't until last year.
Oh.
Now I am.
Okay. That's middle-aged just in itself.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's even more middle-aged because it hasn't sorted the problem out. So now I have to walk. This is so embarrassing. And you won't really understand this because you're not a gym goer.
I'm not.
But for all the gym goers out there,
Yeah.
I have to walk around, and I'm talking to you personally, and you will understand. I have to walk around with a 1 kilo dumbbell doing my physio. So people think that I'm actually doing like bicep curls with a 1 kilo. I mean, it got so embarrassing the other day, I just picked up the 2. And even that's embarrassing.
Why don't you just like with a Sharpie just add a 1 before it?
No.
So it looks like it's a 12.
Because everybody knows the size of a 12 kilo
Oh, I see.
dumbbell.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't,
Okay.
I mean, I might be able to do that with you, but
Yeah, if you did it with me, I would believe you.
it's so embarrassing.
Also, I wouldn't
walk
care.
around the whole gym with this 1 kilo dumbbell. My physio listens to this show, so I hope she's impressed.
I'm sure she's impressed.
I hope she's impressed.
I mean, I have a vague idea of what kilograms are now because I have to go and weigh the puppy. And she's now 7.2 kilograms. And I can tell you she's heavier to pick up than she was last week.
yeah.
Yeah. Can't do that in one hand.
She is quite weirdly heavy because she's quite small. She's solid. She's going to
is-
be a solid dog.
She's going to be a big...
She's got long,
She's
lovely,
gonna be a
gorgeous
big,
legs.
She's going to be a big lass.
I haven't actually seen her in days.
She's growing. You better hurry
I
up.
know. Well, not you better hurry. You better invite me over.
Like you need an invite.
I can't just turn up on your doorstep.
You totally can. Everyone else does.
Who? Who does?
Well, you were there the other day when the neighbour's grandma turned up.
Yeah, and you didn't know her name.
Nope.
That was embarrassing.
Nope. She just invited herself in
And
with
then
her
you didn't
granddaughter.
because you didn't introduce me.
I just said, this is Nicole.
Come on, let's get to a listener's dilemma.
Okay, but before we go to the dilemmas, a very quick disclaimer. Are you a doctor or a health professional, Nicole?
No.
Okay, so neither am I.
And I wasn't last week.
I'm still
And
not.
I won't be next week.
Me neither. So if there is an issue that you're seriously struggling with, please contact a qualified expert.
What's our first question of the day?
Hi, Lauren and Nicole. I need your help with a very awkward situation. Oh, I love an awkward situation.
Yeah.
Not when it's mine, but when it's other people's.
Or if it's something that you have actually experienced yourself and then it's just awkward.
Yes. One of my close friends has recently lost a lot of weight.
Oh.
I commented on it because I feel like every time I see her, she's shrunk more.
Yeah.
And she said she's just cut carbs and started walking more.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's very common now, isn't it?
She says, fair enough. But over the past few months, it's become obvious to everyone that this is not just a result of salad for lunch and 10,000 steps a day. She has that weird Ozempic face thing going on, and I know that she is on the weight loss jabs. I don't care. She can do what she likes. What is bothering me is that she keeps lying about it.
Yeah.
And she flat out denies it. She has also started giving unsolicited health tips like drinking green tea before bed and taking cold showers to lose weight. What? I feel like she's being dishonest and perpetuating unrealistic expectations, especially because some of our group of girlfriends have really struggled with their weight since perimenopause. She's basically gaslighting everyone into thinking this is all just willpower and that anyone can drop a load of weight that easily.
Yeah.
Do I say something or do I keep my mouth shut? Thank you, P. Now, the thing is, full disclosure, I genuinely, and I really thought about it when this question came in, none of my friend group, not a single one, and it's not a lie or a cover up or I don't know about it, none of them are on it. I do know one man on it and he is in his 70s and he told me day one, guess what? I'm very overweight and I'm starting on the old jab. And I was like, good for you, because he actually needs to do it. But I don't actually have this going on in my circle of friends. So it's not something I've had to deal with.
So I know quite a lot of people that are on it.
Yeah.
Versions of it, whether it's Ozempic or Mounjaro or what's the other one? Wegovy, that's it. So it's actually quite common.
Yeah.
I'm actually surrounded by it.
Right.
But people have, but they're honest about it.
Oh, okay.
They're being honest.
Okay. But have they said to you, guess what, I've started? Or have you been like, oh, you've lost a lot of weight, and then they'll tell you?
No, they've told me they're starting.
Okay.
They've told me this. But they're really close friends of mine.
Okay.
So it would be weird if they didn't tell me.
Okay.
Because we tell each other everything that's going on in our lives.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is with these injections is because the weight loss is so rapid.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to not be honest about it. One of my friends, she has lost so much weight. I mean, she's gone from, I think she's lost like 3 stone, 3.5 stone.
That's a lot.
And she wasn't huge. She really wasn't.
Yeah.
But she's struggled and whatever. Anyway, so she's dropped this amount of weight. So she looks completely different.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it the other day and she said, you know, if people ask me, I'm really open about it. I said, to be honest with you, you have lost so much weight that it is, what are you going to say?
You're either really ill or you're on the jabs.
Yeah. I mean, at this point you would have to be honest about it because she's unrecognizable.
Yeah.
So, and that it happened in 4 months.
Oh, wow.
So there's going to be many people that saw her pre and post, right?
Yeah.
So that was the conversation I had with her. And I think that, listen, what people want to do and their reasons for doing it is totally up to them.
Yeah, she says she doesn't care. She just cares that she's lying.
I would have a real problem if a close friend of mine was lying to me about it. I would feel really insulted that A, they couldn't be honest with me. Like, what is it about our relationship and why you can't be honest? I feel really upset about that. And why are you hiding it?
Yeah.
But also it's the unsolicited advice that I don't like, because if she is on the jab, then that's another level of dishonesty.
Yeah.
And also green tea before bed. First, it's got caffeine in it. I know that's not the issue.
I don't think you can melt fat by having a cold shower. I mean, I'm no dietitian, but my general feeling is that's just not true.
And also, as you come into perimenopause, like for me to cut out carbs and walk, I mean, I walk 10,000 steps a day anyway. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. It is so hard to shift weight. It's slower. It's manageable and it's doable.
It's hard work.
But it's more than a green tea and a fucking cold shower.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that, she said, she's perpetuating this narrative that is not helpful for other women around her. It's not okay.
No. And also, it is so obvious, like when you see it on Instagram. For example, they dropped a trailer for the new series of Real Housewives of Orange County. And it was like, what are you expecting this season? And my first thought was, I'm expecting everyone to be on Ozempic. And they showed
They don't really need to be on Ozempic.
But they showed the photos. They are all like
skin and bone.
Skin and bone, like Barbie dolls. The whole cast. Whereas before, they would vary in size. There is no variation. They are all size 0.
Yeah.
I just thought this is just like,
yeah,
what? And also you can't hide it because there is an Ozempic face. There is that look. That look. Drawn.
Well, because it's
weird look.
I think it's because the weight loss is so rapid.
And you lose muscle.
And you lose muscle and it, yeah.
So your face does look different. But you can't really lie about it because it's pretty obvious.
And I really do understand people's reasons for wanting to go on it, whether it's a health issue, whether it's an aesthetic thing, whether it's, you've struggled with your weight, you've struggled physically, emotionally with your weight, whatever it is, I get it. But I really wouldn't want to be lied to about it, especially from a good friend and then dressing it up and telling me what I should be eating. Should she say something? Yeah.
What would you say? I'd just go and look in her fridge and find the jabs. I don't actually know if they're kept in the fridge, but I'm presuming
they are kept in the fridge.
Okay, I'd just go and look in her fridge. That's what I would do.
I think it would need a sensitive conversation. But again, like if it's a really close friend, I would say, are you on the jabs? Because the weight loss has been so rapid. And if you are, it's totally fine. Like I don't care. You don't need to lie to me.
Yeah.
If that's...
Yeah.
But you have to forgive me for asking because obviously so many people are on it now, and I think the problem is anyone that does have a lot of weight loss now, everyone just assumes that it's Ozempic.
I saw a friend the other day and I'm the most unobservant and mainly oblivious human being ever. I don't notice anything. I mean, someone could walk into my house with their head cut off and I might not notice for at least 10 minutes. But she walked in and she definitely did look thinner. And my immediate thought was, I bet she's on the jabs.
Yeah.
And I said, you look very slim. And she said, I started this diet like 2 weeks ago and I've only lost 2 pounds and actually I'm really hungry. And I thought, okay, she's definitely not. But it's funny how
but you don't know.
She would tell me. She would tell me. But it's just
it's a funny
jump to that thing.
It's a funny culture.
Yeah.
Because some people are so open about it and some people obviously hold a lot of shame around it. And I don't really know why.
Because I think it can be perceived as cheating, that's why. Because other people might have to work incredibly and enormously hard and put in a lot of effort and willpower to lose that amount of weight, and someone else just sticks a jab in them.
But that's what it's for. It's here to help you lose weight. Yeah. It's here to help you. But again, I am around it a lot. And I do appreciate why people do it. But I wouldn't want to be lied to.
Me neither.
And I would say something. Would you not say something?
I think I'd find it so hard not to say something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially after the 4th time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Pull the other one.
Yeah. It's too rapid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my waste disposal broke.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Now, I'd like to acknowledge that, it's great to have a waste disposal. Not everyone has a waste disposal. I didn't used to have a waste disposal. I had to put everything in the bin. Then I got one. Now I can't live without one. It's one of those things. Once you have it.
It's like the Apple Watch. I know you're going to roll your eyes.
I don't have an Apple Watch.
But it is a bit like that with Apple.
Why?
Any Apple product that you get that feels like a little bit of a luxury and not a necessity,
right?
Then you get so reliant on it and you're so annoyed at yourself that you're so reliant on it.
Okay.
They're good like that. It's like I don't need an Apple Watch. I don't need AirPods, but it would make my life slightly more difficult if I didn't have either.
Okay.
Difficult is the wrong word.
It's just
Anyway, it's like the waste disposal.
yeah, like you know what I mean. It's just
I'm validating
It's
you
in
is
my
what I'm
kitchen
doing,
sink.
yeah.
You shove food down it. It like makes life so easy, right? Your bin doesn't smell. It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, it just broke. It just broke. The switch. Nothing happened, and it broke. And we had 9 people for dinner, and I was like, asked my husband, "Can you have a look? I think it's a fuse. I don't. This is a blue job. I don't deal with fuses.
You don't deal with fuses?
No, what? No.
Literally, a fuse?
Does he deal with if we run out of yogurt? No.
No, but a fuse is different.
No. What? Why?
So
My mental load is very large, Nicole.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Before you get overexcited about the fuse box.
Yeah. Not the fuse box, the fuse in the actual machine.
The
fuse box.
Oh, right.
I can deal with your flicker switch up the fuse. No.
I was about to educate you in that.
I know where my fuse box is and
Okay.
I know how to
Fix it.
Yeah. No, I'm talking like in the actual mechanics. It's like, I think something's stuck in the blade, the rotator that I don't know. Anyway, fix it. Just deal with it. He was like, I have not got time to be, I'll call an electrician. So we call the electrician. Electrician comes out. He's like, no, you don't need me. You need to call the people who run the waste disposal company.
And we've had all this.
Oh, so I was like,
I've actually got a spare waste disposal at home.
have you?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I said to Ollie, I was like, the guy couldn't fix it. And I don't even know who the waste disposal company are. And can you find the number? Can you just deal with this? This is a blue job. He's like, I'm going to do it myself. I was like, are you? This was on Saturday morning. Yep. I said, are you going to like change into your boiler suit? Because he used to like strip engines and fix cars. So he has actually got like a mechanic.
I feel like this is going in a really weird
Boiler
direction
suit.
that is not necessary.
Anyway.
Are you now going to start telling you perving over your husband fixing the waste disposal?
Yeah, I actually was. I was like, are you going to change into a boiler suit and like get on your knees in front of the sink and fix the waste disposal? And he was like, yeah, do you want me to? I was like, yeah, I do want you to. Anyway, he fixed it. He fixed it. And I paid him in kind.
Oh,
and I'm very
God.
grateful. And now it works. And that was great. Yeah, I perved over my own husband fixing the waste disposal. I like it when men do blue jobs and get things done.
I didn't want a story of you perving over your own husband.
Sorry, it's better than me perving over a stranger.
Yeah, of course it is. I'm just saying.
It would have been a really inappropriate story if I told you some like 22-year-old British gas
I thought that's where it was going. I've got to be honest.
Like, oh, it's a hot day. Do you mind if I just take my boiler suit off while I fix your waste disposal on my hands and knees at your sink while the puppy jumps all over me? You know, no, it wasn't an appropriate story. Listen, it was fixed. And I'm happy.
As is he, I'm sure.
We're both happy. It
Nice.
was middle-aged joy.
It's not middle-aged joy, it's middle-aged foreplay. Okay, our second question of the show.
What is it?
Hi, ladies. I realise this sounds petty, but please hear me out.
Oh, I love petty. I'm here for petty.
But you're not petty at all.
No, but I love petty things.
Okay.
Don't you love a petty little rant?
I don't really do petty.
No, but don't you love hearing about it? The beauty's in the detail.
Should we hear it?
Yeah.
I sent my mother-in-law home with leftovers in one of my nice glass Tupperware dishes, the kind with the snap-on lids that don't leak and actually stack properly in the cupboard.
I love those. Click and click. Are they called click and click?
She didn't say.
I bet you have those.
Calm down.
You have those.
I do have those.
Glass,
you know I have those.
Glass bottom with a plastic top.
You always
That's so high end.
comment on my Tupperware drawer.
They are the most high end.
She likes that it's organised and she likes that there's glass Tupperware in there.
I would say it's premium Tupperware. It's not even Tupperware. It's more Pyrex with the Tupperware lid.
I mean, you know, him changing the waste disposal really got you going, didn't it?
Imagine if he'd organised my Tupperware drawer.
She said, shall I send him a text?
Maybe.
She said, her mother-in-law said, I'll wash this and give it back to you. I said, sure, thanks. Fast forward 8 weeks. I've been to her house twice since then. The Tupperware is still not returned. And I even spotted it in her fridge with her leftover curry in it. When I was clearing up lunch, I said to her, hey, isn't that mine? And she said, oh, I thought I gave it to you. Gave it to me? I'm not fucking fucking Tupperware Santa, she says.
Tupperware Santa? No, she's not.
In capital letters.
Who gives away click and click? Tupperware, no one.
I know it's just a plastic container. I'm 46. I shouldn't be losing sleep over Tupperware politics. But it's the principle. Tupperware politics. I mean, I don't think that is going to make it on the newsagents, do you? All the rest is politics.
It might.
But anyway. My husband has told me to drop it, but every time I see her, I wonder if I should say something or if it's just pathetic. So, this is her question, everybody. Listen. Everyone listening?
Yeah.
Do I bring it up and risk sounding unhinged, or do I just let it go and buy a new one like a normal adult? Thank you, Nikki. I have a confession to make.
Go on.
I've done this.
You've purposely stolen good Tupperware.
From my mother-in-law.
Nicole
No,
Goodman.
not purposefully. Well, maybe. Well,
You
no,
just
not.
accidentally on purpose forgot to return it.
It was exactly the same. In fact, I hope this isn't her. She might be writing in about it.
Nikki, are you secretly Nicole's mother-in-law?
She sent me home with leftovers in this really lovely cylinder of a Tupperware, a cylinder, a deep cylinder.
I've got one of those. Love that one.
A deep cylinder.
Yeah, useful.
It is so useful. And as she gave me the leftovers, I just thought, I'm like, literally my eyes lit up.
You're more
and I
excited
thought,
about the container than the food that was inside it. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I knew there and then she was never getting it back. She never asked me for it. I wonder if she thinks about it.
She might be holding that against you.
No.
Well, I don't know.
Isn't it different for that way around?
When it's family.
Yeah. Well, when I'm the child in the situation. Is it different?
When you're the 48-year-old child who steals Tupperware
from her mother-in-law.
From their own mother-in-law.
I think she's all right with it. I'm going to ask her. I'm actually going to ask her.
So after this question came in, I was unloading the dishwasher and I looked in my bottom drawer where the plates are and I realised that I had this porcelain container that my sister-in-law brought something over in at Christmas and I had not returned it. And I was seeing her that afternoon.
Did she expect you to return it?
Well, I would expect mine to be returned because I'm telling you, I am not joking, Nicole, somewhere in my family, there is a very large white porcelain salmon platter that is gone missing. Someone has it.
Let them have it.
I want it back.
Let them have it. I took a cake over to my friends once for dinner.
Yeah.
And I asked her a couple of times later if she had the cake tin that it came in. And she looked at me like I was fucking mad. She's like, you seriously asked me for your cake tin back? I was like, yeah. She goes, oh, please. That was the end of the conversation.
Oh my God. I couldn't have that person as my friend.
Oh, I love her. I loved her for it. Because it's like, get a fucking grip. We're like best mates. Who cares? Let it go.
I served salmon last Friday, right? And I could really have done with this thing and it's gone missing. Anyway.
I'm really sorry. She's being ridiculous. And I'm with her husband. She needs to drop this now.
I disagree.
It's Tupperware.
I returned the porcelain. Okay, I have, as you can imagine, an extensive Tupperware collection. I make a lot of soup, especially in winter. And if people are old or dying or in need, they get chicken soup. I never, ever, ever get those motherfucker cylinder containers back.
You're never going to get the cylinder container back. I feel like I should buy one for my mother-in-law.
I've let it go. I've let them all go and it's fine. It's fine. You
haven't let it go.
I have.
You haven't let it go at all. Listen, Nikki, I think Lauren is best placed to answer. No, in fact, I think I'm best placed to answer this. Both of you, get over yourselves. They are platters, Tupperware. There's more important things going on in the world and this doesn't matter. Finished. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's your mother-in-law. Let her have it. Let her enjoy it. Let whoever in your family is enjoying your salmon platter, let them have the joy. Let it go.
But I couldn't enjoy it knowing that it was someone else's. That's what I'm saying.
I have enjoyed that cylinder Tupperware to death. Let me tell you, I get so much pleasure and joy from it. Thank you to my mother-in-law for letting me have it.
Okay, so maybe this is what Nikki should do. Maybe next time.
I wonder if she's even noticed it.
I don't know. How long has it been?
About a year.
Okay, probably not. So maybe next time that Nikki sees her mother-in-law, goes round to the house, she should say to her, you know, that Tupperware from like 3 months ago, isn't it such a useful size? And then her mother can go, yeah, I've used it for like 18 things. And she can say to her, do you know what? Keep it. You're obviously enjoying it. I'll buy a new one. And then it's like a little gift.
It's not a little gift. It's totally passive aggressive, and that is very bad advice. It is.
No, I meant don't say it in a passive aggressive way. Say it in a
It's
genuine way.
passive aggressive, and you know it. It's basically saying, I'm letting you have it, and just so you know, I know that you've got it. I'm watching you. It's that shit.
Tupperware thief.
Actually, emotionally, let it go. Let it go. This shit doesn't matter. You could drive yourself mad with this shit. Honestly.
Just let them.
Let them and let it go.
Okay, Nikki, that's the advice.
The stress
Nikki.
that it is causing is not worth it. Just go onto Amazon and get yourself a new one. Finished.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that with your salmon dish or whatever it was. I don't care. Don't go into it again. Don't say anything. That is our show on 40ish. We hope you enjoyed it. Please be in touch with us. Hello at 40ish.co.uk, or you can email us on Instagram, DM us even on Instagram at 40ish.podcast.
Yeah, they could even send us a Moonpig card.
They could.
That'd be so sweet.
It would be really unnecessary
I'd love it
as
though.
well.
I'd love it.
But then we'd have to give out our home addresses. We're not going to do
yeah,
that.
that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. No, send it to this.
Then they can all come and see your new puppy. Why don't you give out your address and then everyone will be on your doorstep?
I've got my neighbours there every day. I haven't got time for the listeners as well.
Yeah. We will be back on Tuesday with an Unfiltered, and see you then.
Bye-bye.